Hello again, you're watching Sky News. Chelsea Football Club has led tributes to its former captain Ray Wilkins, who has died at the age of 61. He suffered a heart attack last week and passed away in hospital this morning. Over the course of his club career, he played for Manchester United and AC Milan, and also captained the England team. Joined by Richard Ambrose, the former Chelsea footballer, who was a friend of Ray's. Hi.
Hi.
Condolences.
Yeah, I come in the car and I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
How will you remember him?
A gentleman, always had time for people. Yeah, I remember at QPR, Jenny in the ticket office, Judy Newman in hospitality, just always had time for people. And of course, he played for a local Sunday team called Simrab in East London, which produced 170 professional footballers, 20 internationals and 3 England captains. And he was a very humble guy, and he just had that way with people and managed players very well. He had that style, you know.
Was football his life?
Yes, I believe so, yeah. You know, the youngest Chelsea captain at 18. I say me and my late brother used to stand in the shed end, throw the toilet rolls.
Tell us about that.
Oh, well, you know, back then you could throw the toilet rolls onto the pitch and run on the pitch. And when I met Ray at QPR, because I was ended up being the PA announcer at QPR and doing Sky Sports on the other Saturday. And I said, Ray, is it all right if I announce the teams on the pitch? He said, yeah. I said, you do remember I used to run on the pitch and jump on your back from the shed end. And he said, no wonder I've got a bad back. And very kindly, he introduced me to his wife, Jackie, and the children, very young then, Jade and Ross. And we became friends, you know, and I wasn't in contact with him all the time, but, you know, Jackie more so than Ray, actually, on 1 or 2 occasions. So he just had that way with people. Everyone will say to you that Ray was a gentleman. He had the odd swear word on the pitch, because that's what happens on the pitch, but in public life and in general, he just had a certain way with people, and he always gave people his time. And no matter he played for Man United, Paris Saint-Germain, AC, you know, it wasn't egoistic, you know, and unfortunately we get some players who are like that. You know, he just had time for people. He was just a real gentleman.
You always remembered everybody's names, as I remember. I would see him in makeup occasionally, and he would always come over and say hello and remember my little boy's name, and he knew that Chelsea was his second team. So, you know, he knew all the details, didn't he? He must have had the mind like a steel trap.
He had an amazing mind. And I remember once he was telling me, Mickey, you should know your next 3 passes before you've even got the ball. But when you get the ball, you've got to demand it, because you know what to do with it. And there's only a certain amount of gifted players like Glenn Hoddle, Dennis Bergkamp, who are gifted. They've got that third eye, who know where that pass is, and they can look at you and then see what's going on around them. And Ray had that gift, you know. I remember one game, never seen on television actually, but he was in the left-back position, picked up the ball from the goalkeeper, John Phillips. He did a 40-yard pass to Bill Garner on the right. Bill Garner took 3 steps and crossed it at the edge of the box, and who was at the end of it, the diving header? Ray Wilkins. You know, they complained a bit about his passing later on in life, but Ray could hit 40-yard passes to feet. He was an amazing player, and I modelled, as a young kid, it was either Pele or Ray Wilkins. I modelled myself on watching, and I was very fortunate to not only, you know, watch Ray back then in the day, but also I could say become a friend.
A lot of the younger players have fond memories. I've seen Frank Lampard tweeting about him on Instagram, tweeting and Instagramming about him.
Yeah.
And talking about, you know, what a legend he was for the younger players. Always had time for them as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they looked up to him, you know, and they, you know, it's very unique. You get a player who, you know, I suppose being so young, given that responsibility, 18, you know, he took them back into the division, and he had just that style and guile and elegance, you know. His pass, for example, could slice through butter. You know, he knew how to, you know, he could do the elegant stuff, and he could look for the pass. But once he delivered that pass, it was a telling pass, and you knew something was going to happen. And with youngsters, you know, they watched him in training, and obviously he went on to become assistant manager for Chelsea on 3 occasions.
One word to describe him?
Unique.
I'm going to go with legend. Good to talk to you.
Thank you very much indeed for having me.
Thanks
Ray's
a lot.
great.
Appreciate
Rest in
it.
peace.
Absolutely. May you rest in peace. Ray Wilkins, just 61. He has died. His family statement will be on our website. Ray Wilkins has died.